We now would like to turn our attention to the first-year Rabbinical students, as Rabbi Daniel Nevins will be addressing them, for Rabbi Lisa Gelber is currently away from her office. She is attending a meditation retreat with the theme being more present in our everyday lives. She will return in 2 months. We now present to you an important message from Rabbi Nevins about Israel year 5776.
Shalom, Talmidim Yekarim. Hope you have become accustomed to your new surroundings in the past couple of months. At first, you were ducklings, fresh out of the eggs, soaking in the first ray of sunlight through your amniotic fluid-soaked feathers, and tripping overwept feet through the wetlands of Torah. I also feel like I've gone through a state of rebirth in the past couple of months, as I have explored the wonders of waterfowl, while I conducted rigorous research for my new teshuvah about whether or not waterfowl can swim in the 3 weeks leading up to Tisha B'Av. I beg you not to ask about the nature of the teshuvah, due to the approaching CJLS vote, and since this is a particularly sensitive topic for me. Nevertheless, waterfowl are among the most diverse and interesting creatures on the planet. I was once reading a fascinating article in the New York Times Online about a hen pintail. While migrating from Alaska, a hen pintail carrying a satellite transmitter landed on a shrimp boat off the northern coast of Oregon. The surprised crew carried the duck safely back to shore and released it in a nearby wetland. So too, as you prepare for your studies in the land of Israel, you think about the satellite transmitters you will carry with you and the shrimp boaters in your life that will be there to release you should you wander too far from the Oregon coast. I know you're all anxiously awaiting your studies in Israel this upcoming year. We have tinkered with the program since last year in order to strengthen your love of Torah and establish an all-around relationship with all things, both tangible and intangible, in the Holy Land. About general questions regarding next year, Rabbi Matt Berkowitz and I have been working on some key details in the next few months. I think it is safe to assume that you should be in Israel by late August for the ELO program, but I strongly encourage you not to book your flights yet. We'll provide you with a detailed program calendar, instructions on getting a student visa, spouse support, insurance, housing, and other important items by the last week in August, if not, afterward. We are really excited about our new program. This year we are launching our innovative program geared towards academic vigor, Ahavat Yisrael, and of course, pluralism. That is why this year we are teaming up with Chabad in Hebron. I have updated my documents of norms of religious identity and practice to reflect the new changes you will experience with Chabad in Hebron. You will get the updated document in your email later this evening, and I highly encourage you to read it, memorize it, and write a 35-page response paper incorporating your reaction to the document, a visit to an interfaith service, and the migration habits of waterfowl. I know it is 3:30 in the morning, and I do not want to take up too much of your very sparse free time, as rabbis tend to do with long-winded ramblings. Nevertheless, have you ever wondered which duck flies fastest, migrates farthest, or dives deepest? Do you know the largest number of waterfowl ever seen in one place, or why the Labrador duck became extinct? Nevertheless, I just wanted to share 5 of the highlights of the inaugural JTS and Chabad to Hebron Israel Year program, with the understanding that any, if not all of these things, are still up in the air and subject to change and possibly will, and definitely will, at any second. Number 1. Every morning begins with tefillah. Since we will be in Hebron, we have the merit of praying each morning in the cave of Machpelah, the burial places of our ancestors. Out of respect for our generous hosts, men and women will be separated. We view this as a chance to deeply engage in homosocial behavior. There is a strict sniut, henceforth sneas, policy. Remember, ladies, it's sneas to cover your knees. In the same vein, women will be strongly discouraged from wearing talit, henceforth talis, and tefillin, as well as kippot, henceforth kippas. They will also be discouraged from singing, including chanting, and in some cases voicing an opinion to avoid the violation of kolisha. Number 3. we will have a daily optional afternoon clubs, including challah baking and tichel wrapping for women, and exciting chaburot, henceforth chaburas, for men, including cross-cultural shuttling practice. We will also have a required kivrut project chabura, where each of you will spend a few Shabbatot, henceforth Shabbosim, at a community spreading the joys of Hashem. Number 4, everyone will be required to be shomer negiah. In order to be as egalitarian as possible, everyone is required to be shomer negiah with everybody, including partners with their spouses. Number 5, shidduchim, henceforth shidduchs, will be highly encouraged. Finding a nice, Jewish, heteronormative partner is a guarantee to Jewish continuity. In fact, quote, I have a shidduch date, end quotes, will be the only acceptable excuse for absences next year. So, at this moment, I just wanted to take a few minutes of your time to hear any of your questions you might have at this point, just to really absorb the raw energy of your frustration and confusion. Yes, Lauren.
Will Chabad allow me to learn Gemara with anyone, regardless of gender? I don't even know where to start with this. I mean, how can I be expected to grow into my full rabbinic if my human value is being diminished? I demand to be treated as a full human deserving of at least my basic rights.
Thank you, Lauren. This will be really a time of spiritual growth for you. Order.
So, if the hen pintail was found by shrimp boaters and is shechted, is it still kosher? If it laid an egg on Shabbos before it was shechted, can the egg still be eaten?
I said I really would rather not talk about this right now, but thank you. Leora.
Is it possible to finish out my studies through this amazing joint program?
Thank you so much for your question, Leora. We will have more information about the program, maybe. Lauren.
I'm converted. Am I Jewish enough for this program? Will Chabad consider me Jewish enough for this program?
This will really be a time of spiritual growth for you.
You're not answering my question. This is a real issue. I need to know if I'm going to be Jewish enough for this program.
Horner.
Yeah, I'm confused about the shomer negiah policy. If my mother comes to visit and trips while visiting the cave of Machpelah, can I help her up, even if she forgets to cover her hair?
Yes, Leora.
Do you think it would be possible to bring this vision to the seminary and get rid of Willis?
Thank you so much for your question, Leora. There are a lot of exciting changes coming to the seminary, and I'm sure we will have information soon. Maybe. Lauren.
When will we know our schedule? No, really. When will we know our final schedule? I mean, I really need to know but at least a week before. A week before, please. How do you expect us to drop everything and do this program without a guarantee of a schedule and housing help? And what about partners? And speaking of partners, what is up with this push towards heteronormative relationships? Didn't you, by that I mean literally you, just push for, in recent years to make JTS a welcoming space for people in the LGBTQ community?
This will really be a time of spiritual growth.
Okay, wait a second. I want to go back to the waterfowl for a moment. What happens if the hen pintail lays an egg on the wrong side of the mechitza at Machpelah? What happens if we find out that its mother was actually not Jewish?
All those answers and more can be found in my teshuvah, but I beg you, do not. It's a very touchy subject for me. Yes, Leora.
How can I do my part as a future religious leader and role model of masses to further kill the dreams of feminists of old?
Thank you so much for your question, Leora. I'm sure you will get a good foundation in Israel next year to start fine-tuning how your rabbinate will look, and I'm excited to see how you will progress. Last question. Oh, yes, Lauren.
Can I please at least still wear kippah? I don't like tichels. Can I please still fill in? Can I at least touch the Torah? I mean, come on. I am a conservative female rabbinical student, and I think it is highly unfair that I shouldn't count in a minyan. Not fair! I refuse
thoughtful questions. So folks, I actually have to fly to a meeting with a certain potential wealthy donor who is a film director of science cinematic fluorine. Nevertheless, waterfowl fly at speeds of 40 to 60 miles per hour, with many species averaging roughly 50 miles per hour. Oh, one more thing. That will be relevant to you when you return from Israel. After a long tradition of mini-mesters on such topics as interfaith dialogue, practical rabbinics, tefillah, and the alphabet soup of Jewish life, we've decided it is time for a change. Instead of an intense week spent delving deeply and meaningfully into a subject, we've decided it would be better to superficially and irrelevantly touch on a topic that nobody cares about. Therefore, for the next 6 semesters, we will be examining the question of, is it good to be open-minded? This change will be in effect starting this year and including all students graduating this May. I will leave you, however, in the capable hands of Menachem Mendel, who will be leading a mandatory optional afternoon Nigun Chabura. He will close our meeting now with an original Nigun he wrote in anticipation of our year together. Menachem Mendel?
Evening, welcome, welcome. Before we start, always a l'chaim for you. L'chaim. Good. Okay, before our Maimer of the Rebbe, we sing a nigun. Okay, good. New. Okay, the nigun is very simple. It goes like this. You have words. Okay, good. No words. Okay, no words. Okay, good. New. Okay, let's sing. Pluralism, how sweet the sound. Stop contradicting me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Shut up, this is about me. Charisma is all we need. You may not disagree. You should be open to it all. Don't ruin it, lady. Conservative Torah is done. Your movement shall now cease. I'll insult everything you love and call this pluralist peace. Pluralism is good to me, myself the word secures. It will my shield and portion be, as long as this endures.
Why are we listening to this jerk?
That's a good question. I think we need to take an opportunity for spiritual growth.
Wait, come back! I'm not done pluralistically recarving you yet!